Alright, let's try the stream now. Hopefully everything's working. I lowered the quality a bit. Hopefully that's fine. It'll probably run a little smooth now. I think maybe I just had it too high and the system was just like, you know what? Like, I don't want to go too high. Okay, but how you Hey, good guy Ryan, always the first one. So I'm gonna have to get rid of the old one because I don't know why it was getting all choppy and whatnot. I mean, I guess internet connection and streaming and whatnot. But now it looks like we're doing a lot better with the slightly lower quality. But it's not too bad. It still looks pretty decent. At least it looks decent on my second screen. Give a movie to watch? Recently I watched a movie called Solace. It's about this, what is it? It's about this guy who's a psychic and he's trying to help the FBI figure out who's doing these case of murders. And then it turns out that the other guy is also a psychic, so it's kind of like a race to figure out like who's gonna outsmart who to figure out like how they're gonna catch the criminal. It's pretty crazy. What else? That's the only one I watched recently, and I thought it was really good. At least that's the only one that comes to mind. Oh yeah, dude, I love the Sonic movie. I just don't want to like spoil it for myself because when you watch a movie like one too many times back to back and whatnot, the movie just ends up being like, oh, this is trash. Like, why I like this? But um, like I just don't want to get bored of the movie. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So, but I love the Sonic movie. Like I can't wait for that to come out on DVD. Or actually, I think it already is. I just never bought it. I want to get it so bad. I was looking at actually I don't like this controller. Hold on, let me switch my controllers really quick. Okay, boom. There you go. You got yourself a new controller, guy? Crazy. I need a new controller. I mean, yeah, I need a new PS4 controller because all of them are suffering from drift. Well, except the white controller that I have, but I don't know what I did. Maybe I messed up the circuit board. Maybe it's the connection with the little plastic thing. I forgot what that's called. I think they call it a membrane, but for no reason it'll just like it'll do L2 on its own. So like it's so weird. I don't know what I did. The spring is in place, so I feel like there's no reason for that to be happening, but gosh. So I don't know. So I definitely do need a new controller. I've been wanting the one that comes with the I mean, I don't know if they still have it. The Versa skin, that blue girl with the, or is it blue, gray, white? I don't know. I just know it's called Versa, and it's blue. And if you buy the red one, that one's in the item shop. Wow, how do I remember that? I only wanted that just because I thought a simple black controller would be just as fine as any old controller. Like, I know a lot of people care about like color and whatnot, but give me a black one. I don't care. Sure, I mean, it would be cool to have like an awesome blue camouflage or whatever, but eh. All right, so I'm probably not gonna stream. We'll have a good amount of time to stream today, because once it hits 3, right now it is 2:16. Just turned 2:16. Once it hits freaking 3, I am gonna get off just because the World of J was like, "You want to do some GTA?" And I was like, "I'll get to you in an hour." So 16 minutes so far wasted. Do I have Netflix? No. I used to. I forgot when, but we used to have Netflix, and then I was just like, nah. Then next thing I know, quarantine happens, and then it's like, welp, I wish we never cut that off. But as of right now, I use some other things. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, I think you should be able to get them too if you have a PlayStation. You can get something called Pluto TV. I use that from time to time. I like to get reruns on. Since I'm like a fan of wrestling, I like to watch like old reruns of TNA. I actually really like TNA. I think they were one of the underrated companies, but they did really good for themselves. And then also one of the features that is on Pluto TV is they do have movies, but preferably the way that I watch movies, and it's probably a pain for a lot of people, is I use Vudu. Vudu, you pretty much will watch a movie for free. It changes like every month. And it does play ads, but of course you obviously have the option to be like, oh, well, do you want to rent it? You can pay to watch a movie without ads. You can buy the movies. And the reason why I really got into Vudu at first was because of the fact that if you have digital codes, whatever, when you buy a movie and it has like digital code, it is for Vudu, and then that's what led me into like, oh, look at all the movies I have on digital and whatnot, and you know, it kind of got picked up from there. But yeah, I watch all my movies via like Vudu. Oh no, we gotta keep that there. I watch all my movies via like Vudu. It's probably not that great. You guys are probably like, what the hell, Vudu sucks. But I mean, hey, I mean, it gets me where I need to be, right? I wonder if that's the one. There's always I always notice this. There's always some website out there that, what's it called? There's always some website out there that gets you movies and whatnot. Preferably me. I really don't care too much because I don't have any movies. At least at the moment, I don't have any movies that I really want to watch. Like I've seen Sonic a little more than 5, probably 6 times. You know, I got Rocket Man, I got Godzilla, both the King of the Monsters and the one before. Still waiting for the new Godzilla versus King Kong. What else? What else? We have actually, you know, I should put some of this stuff away. Yeah, because I'm gonna still work on this, but not right now. I mean, yeah, if you want, you can. Why not? Might as well, right? I'll probably check it out. But again, just as of right now, I really don't have any movies that I really want to watch. I mean, I might end up looking up like, no, not Death of Superman. I already have that. Oh, what is it called? I can't even remember. What I used to do, well, this is when I was still working, was I would go, there was like this, there's a Red Box not too far from where I would work. In fact, it was like the next building over. And the thing with Redbox is you can buy movies there. Like you'd pay a certain amount. I don't know how much. It always varied, and you would have to like hope the person like never scratched it up or anything. It's crazy. Oh, the new Bad Boys. I saw the new one. I thought it was okay. I didn't get too interested into it. Like I just kind of like watched the movie close to the end, and I was just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna dip. But we did get it on DVD rental. Well, yeah, we got it on rental. I mean, I don't know where. But yeah, I mean, if anything, if it, I mean, does it allow you? This is just my question. If it allows you to use like Chromecast basically to broadcast whatever you're watching to like the TV or something? If it allows you to do that, then I'm like all in. I could just be like, bro, you complaining about this movie gonna come out or whatever, here you go, you know, see how it goes. But yeah, the new Joker, I've seen the new Joker. I think a lot of people overhyped it, in my opinion. Like, I think it's a good movie, but I don't think it's like the best, you know. It won an award though. I mean, kudos to them for that, but you know, all the hype and stuff, everything was, everybody just, when you would hear people talk about the movie, it just made it sound like it was, I think they would make it sound like it's a lot better than what it really was, but I don't know, I just watched on my laptop. Yeah, well, we'll have to figure it out for ourselves. That way, if I can just go to my family and be like, all right, stop doing this and that, just put this, bada boom. Should be pretty easy. Oh, I feel like there's something in my eye. I didn't really clean my eyes this morning. Well, I didn't clean it that well. I just kind of wiped it off instead of using water. I'm trying to get to my I'm trying to get to my second building really quick because we are almost done with that. Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, we're almost done with the second. Like, here's the thing. I forgot to show you guys the interior because I just decided, hey, let's run off over here and work on this instead. But for good purpose. I mean, we do need to finish up. Oh, you know what? I don't have more dark oak. Crap. Okay. Wait, do I? need more dark oak. You know, it's better safe than sorry. But we're gonna get dark oak. We're gonna try to finish up this building. This is my plan. We're gonna try to finish the building that's over there in the desert area. Then I think as we continue to go through the Fallout Vault, try our best with all the, you know, all the stuff that we get, all the stone and whatnot, and if there's any what's it called? If there is any coal, I don't know why I have a hard time remembering, but if there's like any coal or whatnot, we can go ahead and, you know, melt down the stone into, well, cobblestone into stone and stone into bricks, and then it's a whole process. Thank you, Minecraft. But that's what we'll do. Then with all those pieces, we'll go ahead and then just try our best to bring it to the building over there, and then build up on that. I don't think we need too much if we're gonna be completely honest, but you know, like I've been saying lately, better safe than sorry. I realize I only have one torch on me. I need to make more torches. How do you? There you go. 21 should be fine. Still baffles me till this day that I did all this. Like, how? Why? Oh, man. But I'm not really complaining, though. Like, I'm really happy with all this stuff. What I'm not happy about is that there's still a lot of open land. Maybe not a problem. You should have it. Yeah, I did get the link. I just realized you said a comment right now. But yeah, I did get the link. See, my thing, this is why I love having the second tablet. Or a tablets. That way I can go ahead and see that you guys are commenting when my screen doesn't let me. But yeah, I did get the link. I didn't tap on it. I'm just gonna whenever I become I wish I knew how to talk. When it comes down to time to like watch a movie or something, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if it like works or if it connects to a the Chromecast thing. But yeah, I did get the link though. Where is... I cannot find this gosh darn dark oak. I'm definitely going the right way though, I know that. Oh man, yeah, I need to figure out how I'm gonna do this. I feel like we should do like a path of no trees. Get what I mean? Like cut down all these trees, and that's like quote unquote a path, all the way to like the village if we ever stumble across it. There it is. And then that's where the dark oak's gonna be. Also, oh god, okay. Hopefully the audio for the game is fine. I mean, if you guys need me to raise it up, or if you want me to, by all means, I definitely will. I think I only have it on like 15%, possibly 20. I think it's 15. I don't know why I remember this, but one time we ended up getting, I don't know why, we ended up getting a copy claim from Minecraft because of the music in the menu, I believe. And I don't know why. They were just like, "Hey, we're gonna copy claim that." This was a long time ago. I don't know how I'm remembering this, but fun fact. Cool. Now enjoy. I just realized. I definitely will. I'll look into it. Oh my goodness. Because I know a lot of people. Well, it's more like Gamer Bay. She's always like, "Oh, I'm watching this movie," or "I like this movie." Our tastes in movies are very different and stuff, but I always feel like, hey, if you watch this, it'll be good. Alright, let's try to put a light here. I don't think this is going to be enough, but the way that I've been using dark oak, again, is simply, instead of just using, and I understand that using the oak logs themselves look really nice on buildings and whatnot, instead of using the oak logs, I try to be very efficient by turning them into the wooden planks and then just using that. I feel like it gets the job done. Like, you don't need all this digging and whatnot. But again, if you really want to, by all means, definitely do. It's like 32, 33. I don't know what 33 times 4 is, but that would be how much we get. Ooh. Oh, I have an idea. What if we did this? Oh. Ooh. To play Xbox controller and PS4. I didn't. Oh. You might have to elaborate on that a little more, because I know some people they make these what do you want to call them? I guess we'll just say like a USB device that has like Bluetooth on it. Usually people will have that and then it pairs up with a like Xbox controller or something. That's what I've seen people do. The Nintendo definitely has one of those. So if you, I forgot when I was looking it up. Oh man, I forgot when I was looking it up, but it was this little device that you plug into the side of the Nintendo Switch dock, and it was, you just paired it up via Bluetooth and whatnot. Because I know you could pair up like the Xbox and PlayStation controller to your phone. I've actually done it before. It's actually pretty cool. You know, if you want to play like Fortnite on there or just like any compatible game really. That's really cool now I'm thinking of it. Okay, anywho. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you're explaining it. Because if it is like one of those devices that you just connect to your console, then awesome. But if it's just like, hey, you can just put Bluetooth, bada boom, and like then, oh, like I didn't know you could just do that. Should we do that one day? Should we just be like, oh, we're playing Fortnite, but with an Xbox controller? But if it is, again, just like this port thing that you need to plug in, then I need to buy something. And that's why we have fundings. Cash App donation, again, down below. Let's keep it going. What is this? This is lava. This part of the land. But yet, it clearly must have been here if we got a floating mushroom. Whew. Awesome. I think we may need more jungle wood. We are definitely going to need... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I feel fine with this. I was gonna say I think we maybe made the wrong choice by not getting enough dark oak, but I feel like at the same time this may be enough. But then also at the other same time, like this isn't enough. Why did I just do this? I'm surprised. Wait. Aw, dang, this is polished diorite. Because we need... Well, we do need polished diorite, but we need regular diorite. And I remembered that when I was making this place, it had diorite there, and I was using granite for the floors and whatnot. Life. See, I feel... This is just me personally speaking. When you do the city pack, you can totally tell the difference between, like, diorite and granite and whatnot, and... you know, build off of those pieces. But when you're like in the, oh god, when you're in like the regular default texture pack or whatever, like it just, there's no helping you there. We have to fix, there we go. This one looks like it might have fixed itself. Because they're lighting up, but the game, I don't know why, tends to glitch out. But we fixed it. Man, oh man. I think if we get... Because right now we're at 76 subscribers. If we still, for some reason, have our online feature, maybe we should... try to do a cross-platform game. I don't know. Yeah, I think I might do cross-platform. Anywho, because I think if you do cross-platform, well, of course it probably won't be in this world. I'll probably do like a transfer. Because if we do additions, you would need a PS4 console. I don't know. Because as of right now, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what it is that I want to do when you guys get us to 100 subscribers. Yeah, 100, my dude. Just 100. So I did say I was gonna do a Q&A, but I've always, you know what? I think we'll. Yeah, no. See, even then, I don't know, because I was gonna say if we played Minecraft, you know, it would be chill. We can kind of like take a moment to relax. I'm going the wrong way again. You know, pretty much just take it easy, and you know, we could like pause the game if we needed to and whatnot. But at the same time, I was like, you know, it would be for safety in case we don't have like online or whatever, because you know, it would have been cool maybe to have a game with one of you guys and see how it goes from there. But I don't know, we'll just have to see how it goes. But I was like, if I do Fortnite, it would probably be better, because not only is Fortnite like just fun to play as, it's one of the things that, if we're gonna be completely honest, put me on the scale for, hey, look at this guy, which is probably why I will always thank Fortnite. I'll always be very grateful. In fact, even one of my cousins, who I swear I've never seen him play Fortnite in the longest, is back on Fortnite right now. So hopefully, we have like 2-3 weeks left. I already forgot. But the season 2 is eventually going to end. I would have loved to been able to go ahead and you know, ooh, Dark Oak Stairs. We actually are gonna need that. I would have loved to been able to go ahead and pretty much been able to get to level 300. That way we can unlock the gold Peely skin and whatnot. But to be completely honest, I mean, out of all the skins, I really didn't have much of a motive. I mean, even Meowscles, even he's kind of like this interesting character. like I would probably wouldn't mind having him in gold, but I really didn't favor that. Like, I get the idea that they were going for. It started with just one skin becoming corrupted, and then eventually they were like, well, what if we had more skins change like that? So it makes me wonder what they might do in the future, because obviously instead of doing overtime challenges, which you normally would do, to get like an alternate style or something, you would you'd end up doing, oh wow, we need to fill the inside. What was I saying? Wait, I am supposed to use, that's oak? Hold on. Because we need to see. But I don't know. I'm really curious as to what the next one might be, because everybody's saying that it's going to be themed after like the whole map flooding or something like that. I don't think it's going to be like a whole map, if we're going to be honest, but it is themed about like water flooding, something like that. And I think it makes sense if it was okay, so we are using that. I think it would make sense for the flooding, at least maybe not logical, but to me, it would make some sense in a way if, because of Deadpool, the whole, like, a section of the map flooded. Like, that's just my opinion. But at the same time, there is something going on, if you guys have not noticed or gave too much attention, is in Fortnite, when you go to the agency, there's like these 3 silos, or actually there's more than 3, but there's these silos under the water. I gotta sneeze. Alright, groovy. As I was trying to say before I started sneezing, is at the agency, there's like 5 or 6 in total of these silos that are under the water, which to me seems like they're missile silos. Like, if it's going to open up, a missile is going to fly out, it's going to hit a location, but what location? It can vary. You know, maybe the agency is going to go after the newer locations. Maybe the agency is going to go after let's say the docks, or even what's it called, the I forgot the name of it. Wow. The place, man, I can't remember. Steamy Stacks. There we go. I think I'm having an aneurysm because the right, like the right lobe, I guess, right here is just started hurting with all that thinking. But we'll cut down this tree because it's huge and it should be able to give us enough. What was I saying? Oh, but oh yeah. So I don't know. I mean, everybody's theorizing or saying, even if it's just like a leak, that oh my god, that's terrifying. Even like I said, even if it was just a leak or something, you know, everybody's hoping, or I guess excited, that the next season will have something to do with flooding. Apparently it has something to do with a town. Again, I don't know. They like to be very cryptic. Like sometimes, you know, I don't know if you guys knew this, but when they hinted at season 2 and all that stuff, and they were showing images of Brutus, you know, as like a 3D model or something, everybody was thinking we were going to get some type of like pyramids and locations were going to get bombed. Nope. It was just, instead of locations getting bombed, it's actually a new glider, which has a new gliding mechanic. Instead of, what if this is you know, this is something, it was actually just a skin. Like, that's how it is. So you can keep theorizing and whatnot. Some stuff, it is pretty accurate to do those things. Like, for example, when the whole Travis Scott thing happened, all they did, I don't know if it was like a music note or something, but behind it was the location of Sweaty Sands, if it was just like an outline. And they were like, oh, this is Sweaty Sands. And sure enough, was months or whatever after it finally was like official with Fortnite, Travis Scott happened and it was at Sweaty Sands, which isn't bad. If we're going to be completely honest, though, I feel like it's just a lot of work. You could see this as me defending them, but I feel like I understand anyway, because it seems like it's a lot easier with the way that they've been doing it very recently, which is, hey, let's get, if we're gonna have musicians and concerts and whatnot, let's just go ahead and put that in Party Royale. That way, people can sort of enjoy, and it's very concrete. I'm not gonna lie, because I remember with PB Joey. If you guys watched the Travis Scott event video that I have on my other channel, the Zabin Project, he gets, or he doesn't get kicked out, but he leaves the match. And you're probably like, well, why would he leave the match? The reason why he left was because he got killed the last second. Literally, like, the second the concert was going to start. And he was in a loading screen, and just because he was loading in, or he died or whatever, and started trying to load in at the same time that it was starting, it screwed him up, and he was stuck on the loading screen. And that happened so many times before when, it happened so many times when, you would play, yeah, it would just happen so many times when you, I don't know if about regular battle royales, what's it called? It was more what's the operation games, the agents games, which I think right now they only have one mode, which I still think is very disappointing, and they should have kept all modes up. But maybe different servers or something. I'm not really sure how it works. But point is, they have only like one mode, but that's what would happen. So I feel like what I'm assuming is to kind of prevent that from happening, like again in the future or something, is simply going, hey, what if we just, you know, did this? That's like the best way I can really explain it, if I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so this looks kind of confusing to me. Hold on, let me see something really quick. 1, 2. Okay, so we're not gonna fill up the center just yet, but we do need to fill it. But yeah, I think a lot of people are, I don't know, I think I said this before, but I think some people are spoiled by how Epic has done their concerts and whatnot. Like, when I saw the one going on with who was it? With Major Lazer, right? Diplo from Major Lazer, when he was doing um his little like concert or whatever, the first thing I did, or rather I just wanted to see just to make sure, because this was at the time when everybody was like, oh, you're gonna get the neon wings or whatever, but then it was like we never got it. And then it turns out all you needed to do was just go to the next concert, which I theorized like after we didn't get it with this one. But when I looked through like the comments or whatever, what people were saying like towards Epic Games, was like, oh, the Travis Scott event was so much better than this, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, what? Because here's the thing, like, sure, you may have your own choice of music and whatnot. Like I always said, if they had Elton John, for a fact, I'm gonna be throwing money in, because I actually really like Elton John. Like his music is just so good and catchy. I mean, his music fits under so many different genres at this point. You got like smooth, like R&B kind of, music, but then you also got like him doing rock music with like Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, right? It's a long title, but like it's just true. Like Elton John did, I think, a very good job at everything that he's done. And I think it would be perfect if like you're on the piano and they let you play a little bit of like Benny and the Jets, just like the intro part, just boom 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 dun 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 dun, and then it doesn't even really need to be the song. Of course, if they wanted to, which would be very fantastic, they probably would let you play like a little bit of Benny and the Jets. Ooh. But I think that would just be really cool. But overall, again, like, if you ask me, I mean, I would say they're kind of equal in different reasons. Like, when you look at the Travis Scott event, it's literally just his music cut up into pieces, and then plenty of visuals. Like, I mean, a ton of visuals. It got to the point where, quite literally, you weren't even on the Fortnite map. Well, I mean, I guess you were on the Fortnite map. But the point is, like, the whole point of that concert was just, like, making you trip balls. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it was so trippy, but it looked, visually, the aesthetics and everything, it was just amazing. Like, oh my god, like, he's not just here performing on the concert stage or whatever. Like, he's here, as a giant, and there's all this stuff going on, and then he's like teleporting on over, and then there are certain things going on, like one day, like one song you're running really fast, and then the next one you're jumping really high, and then the next you're just uncontrollably bouncing, and it was just like, what's going on? And that was really awesome. I think they did a really good job at kind of offering something to the people. But when you go to a real concert, it's not all, it's not just, hey, I'm only here just because this guy's gonna come out with like, what is it? Doesn't he come out with like what is it called? A roller coaster? I remember him doing that once. I remember that popping up on like my news feed, of him, doing that. But it looks like I can't go any higher. Oh, let's try this way. But it was really short-lived. I think too many people they want to visually, I guess that's the best way to put it, they want to like visually be impressed with like all the stuff going on. Like, oh, Travis Scott, we were like teleporting around, and then this and this happened. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but I feel like it also at the same time, you can say that it covers up, or even, yeah, just pretty much, because I'll say obscure, but obscure is pretty much the same thing as like covering up. And you never want to use two synonyms. I said synonyms, but it's okay. That's what we're here for. But you never really want to use two synonyms like that. But in a way, it's also, if you want to be somebody's dictionary, it kind of helps them out a little bit. I wish I made another axe when I did this. But, that's an actual witch. Okay, let's just kill her really quick. But yeah, so in my opinion, I think all the events are great. Music-wise, I think it goes up to the most recent one that featured, you know, Deadmau5 and, don't tell me there's actually another witch. But I think the one that had Steve Aoki and Dylan Francis and Deadmau5 was probably the best one in terms of music, because each one had their own style, and you know, I was grooving to it, and that's pretty much what you want out of a concert. You know, you want to enjoy the music. And the fact that each of these artists had about like 15 to 20 minutes each, because this event lasted an hour, so they had to be like 20 minutes each. When I was going through it, and I did put up the video, so if you guys check it out, in the very beginning there was like a little bit of tech error, because you know, you had Jordan Fisher talking, and then like all of a sudden like he just stopped talking. It was just like gone, and it was like, what happened? But then like later on, you know, Dylan Francis kicks in, and then Steve Aoki, I think he was trying to talk at some point, but the mic wasn't on, and it was just like, ooh, a little bit of error. But other than that, like, it isn't bad. Like, when you looked at the concert or whatnot, the hard choice would be which one of them was the best. I tried to go on Twitter and like say, hey, you know, amazing talent, thank you for you know, doing this or whatever. And it's so true, because what I think is very awesome is with Fortnite, you know, musicians and other types of creators are able to really get their chances and opportunities through Fortnite. You know, and honestly, and this is just on an aspect of like, you know, different logic here, you know, because everybody likes to complain about like, oh, what game's the best? You know, when you think about it, like Fortnite, it is a lot better in terms of, well, simply that, being able to have these concerts and whatnot. Like, that's so incredible. And you know, it's like a blessing, and I'm I am kind of hoping that both parties, because I feel like Fortnite as a company and whatnot, or Epic Games, when they do Fortnite and whatever, when they do, you know, when they play and make, what did I say, play? When they make their game and they put in all these new concerts and whatnot, and just new features and crossovers, right? They can do so much with them. Like, obviously right now it's just so easy and awesome just to do a live video of DJs. And DJs probably, if we're gonna be honest, are probably the best at just giving you a live performance. If you were to do it with like a rapper, it probably wouldn't work the same. It would have to go through like, kind of like what would excuse me, it would kind of have to go through like what happened with like Travis Scott, which is you need to kind of just have the music ready to go. Once the music's all ready and set, then you got to go ahead and, you know, try animating everything, because rap, you know, you can listen to the music and it's good on its own, but like, how do you just do a live performance? Like, you can't just you know, pull out like a camera on a green screen and just go, oh yeah, I'm performing. Like, it doesn't really work like that. And you know, you gotta auto-tune it. So okay, it sounded like there was a dude in here, which reminds me, yep, right here. As long as he doesn't come back. See, these rooms are like dark. Even this hallway is pretty dark. Like that. There we go. That way there's some light in here. I didn't put all the lights, obviously, but excuse me, some light would be better than no light. I think once we set up all this, it'd be so much easier to go ahead and Oh my goodness, excuse me, why am I burping so much? It'd be so easy to go ahead and just, uh, we really don't need that much for the fences, but hopefully we grab the right amount. Something tells me we're gonna have to cut more. How did you... Oh, you know what? That's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to make an axe. Break this. I'm just saying. You don't see... I mean, I know a lot of people can prefer one game over another based off of many factors, you know, gameplay, reward, simply the looks, graphics. Okay. Graphics and whatnot, that's not that. Alright, and we got the pearl. But, I don't know, like, I still feel like, overall, in general, because if you guys, I'm pretty sure I might have said this before, but if you guys didn't know, there was a point, when this is when Apex Legends was like, the big thing. Everybody's like, oh, this is going to be the thing that puts down Fortnite for good. It didn't. In fact, everybody... there was a point where everybody kept playing and playing, and even some people from, like, you know, Fortnite just decided, oh, what if I just go to Apex? And then they switch. There's moments where they have all the views, right? They have more players than Fortnite. And then everybody's like, yeah, we did it! And then, like, 2 weeks later, I swear nobody was talking about Apex Legends anymore. And then what happens? Fortnite comes back and passes up Apex Legends. I think they literally did it just so they, for one day, thinking like, oh yeah, this is the thing. But Apex Legends overall, it didn't have much going for it, in my opinion. Like, maybe a lot of people, you know, a lot of people still play it, and it has a lot of stuff going for it now. But, like, when it started off, and, you know, and I was playing it, I was just kind of like, this sucks. Like, it's very, fast-paced, right? And it's a first-person shooter. And a lot of people are adapting and getting used to that. Me, personally, I'm not too much of a fan of, like, first-person shooters as much as I used to be. Will I still play a first-person shooter? I definitely will. But at this point, it might just be... Oh. No, I have a bow, don't I? I only have 2 arrows. I'm too scared to, like, throw it. Okay. Woo! As I was saying, I mean, again, it just seemed like Apex Legends really didn't have anything going for it, and then very recently with the newer seasons, it seems like maybe there's some type of story going on. I'm not really sure, but you know, as long as people are enjoying it, I suppose that's all you really need. But me, like, it just has everything I need: emotes, good music. Gameplay seems it's fair. A lot of people hate the matchmaking because skill-based matchmaking, you'll end up going against people in your same skill level, but also at the same time, if there's not enough people, what they will do is try to add in some bots, and everybody hates that. And I'm just like, but why though? Like, I'm just saying, like, for the most part, them adding bots, in my opinion at least, and they say it's mainly squads that seems to be having some type of issue with it. I don't play squads, so I feel like maybe that's why I don't really have that much of an issue, is because I play more solos and duos and not very much squads. Like, I've never favored squads. I'm not saying that I won't do squads, I just preferably would do duos. And you know, duos is like my game mode right there. Like, I love that if you take one guy down, you can just both pressure the last guy. I love that. It's not quite, you know, I think a lot of, and again, if you're gonna use the logic, oh, well, I just don't have to kill 4 people. Like, again, that was one of the things that GamerBase said before, and it still bothers me to this day. She said that she doesn't need to eliminate 3 people, and I'm like, you're joking, right? Like, you probably don't need. Sure, you don't need to eliminate 3 people, but you do need to eliminate 4 now. Like, you are increasing the number of people you have to eliminate. That. Or that you're in a squad. Like, you have to guarantee, when you're in a squad, you have to, like, guarantee, like, okay, we're all good at the game, we're gonna win, we're gonna play and do this. Like, you know, that's how you do a squad. Duo, quite literally, all you have to do is make sure you just have one good person, and that's it. Like, maybe you could do the same with squads and just have one good person win it for you guys, but what's the fun in that? But honestly, like, I think it's kind of a dumb thing to say, to be like, oh, well, I don't have to worry about 3 people. It's like, no, you don't have to worry about 3, sure, but now you have to worry about 4 ganging up on you. Like, if your team gets, caught off guard or something, boom, you're dead. So have fun with that. That's just my thing. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm still, to this very day, I'm annoyed by that. Like, and it's still very true. Like, this happened to me before. I remember, I don't know if it was my first win in squads, maybe my second. I can't really remember, but this was back during, like, season 5, I believe, or maybe season 6. I want to say it's season 5, but because I think season 5 was when I first started. Like, I played since season 3, but season 5 was when I started getting wins. But yeah, of course, internet. Oh, look at me, I'm bad. But, like, playing through. Oh, why did I do this to myself? But playing, I remember I used to be so bad at the game. But playing through, I remember I had a whole team. I was like the only bad person on the team. I didn't even need to get a single elimination in that squads match because the team basically carried me throughout the whole thing. And pretty much the same thing can be said when it comes down to a game like Apex Legends or something. Alright, let's see if I did this right. There is the first floor, then the second. Yep, so we are on this step right here. What is this? Oh boy, we're gonna need a lot of stuff. Okay, so it looks like we're starting on, looks like to be the roof. I don't know, but everybody's opinions are different, so we should at least be able to respect one another's. Again, I feel like Fortnite is just the top dog. Like, nothing can take down Fortnite. Apex Legends is maybe second, but with the Modern Warfare trying to steal the show, that seems like I've seen people go from Apex Legends to Modern Warfare, in terms of, all that goodness. I don't know why my screen is at 480 when we're projecting at 720. Anywho, but yeah, like, I've seen people, like, on my Snapchat story and whatnot, go from playing Apex Legends or so, to the new, like, Modern Warfare game with its Battle Royale, and I was just like, okay, like, clearly they were doing something right. Heck, I've been getting a lot of videos, actually. Like, I'll just be going through, like, one of my Fortnite things, or just a random thing in general, and then, like, out of nowhere, it'd be, like, a video that they put up saying, hey, if you do this on your gun in the game, you will have fun. Like, it's so weird. Like, I guess they try to give you advice, like, oh, if you do this, this is gonna give you the best weapon option. It's a fully automatic sniper or something, and it's like, okay, So, it looks like we don't have oak on us. but we do need that. Which I think at some point we should definitely try. I'm probably gonna look up if there's like a solos or something like that, maybe even a duos. Because you know me, I don't really like squads. But squads might be the whole center point. Like I think a lot of people really enjoy squads a lot. Me, I prefer solo for like getting good and whatnot, um, and then there's always duos. Duos is where I feel like I shine a little more. Because again, if you take out one person, you can, even if it's you just eliminate somebody and then you just kind of run away. You know, there's a lot to it. You can eliminate, like that's. I remember. Did we do that before? I feel like I've done that before. I didn't win the match, but, or maybe I did win. I don't know why. I feel like I have a memory of me playing with somebody. We eliminate. No, I think no. This is how it worked. I remember. It was with PB Joey. We would. Let's go back actually. Just so we can make it daylight again. But I swear I remember this being with PB Joey. I think I might have a video of it too. Not really. But people act very like so if I were to, and people would do this, like if I were to eliminate this one guy, and we were running because the storm, let me just say it now, the storm was chasing us and we were trying to get out, but the storm did get us. We lived. I don't remember if we won, but we definitely lived. So whoops. Bam. Okay. So or rather I, because PB Joey was a little more ahead of me, turn around, shoot this guy who was behind us, because he was running, and then look, I had some feeling he was going to start shooting, and I think he might have. So I eliminate this guy, and then for some reason in my mind, I was like, let me pick him up. So I pick up the guy, I'm running, and then his partner comes in with a helicopter, because his partner was smart enough to get in a helicopter, and we didn't have one at the time. So he got in a helicopter, and then he comes in. He, I think, tried to land close by to at least get the stuff. And what I did was I threw his friend on the ground, and I just completely shot him right there, right in front of his friend, and I was just like, and what? Like, I was so cocky and proud. And then I think a little bit later, he kind of caught up, and then he started trying to eliminate me, and I eliminated him. Like, I don't know, it's funny, but not exactly what I was saying, but I just feel like, you know, there's a lot of things to duos, because I think people don't really understand this, but when you play squads, that means there's more people that are grouped up together, which means as the game progresses and goes on, less people or less squads are dying out. So if you compare that to duos, lots of teams will land in the same location, and then by the end of that, there's maybe one or two teams that get out alive. So when you think about it, duos is, I feel like, the best place to go. Because you can think I feel like the best way to explain that is to compare it to like solos in a way, because it has the speed of solo, but you have the teamwork of squads in a way. So best. I'm always going to defend duo. It's not that hard. If we're gonna be honest, it's not that hard. Which you guys should definitely start picking up on duos. Alright, so we are already reaching our hour here. So I'm gonna go ahead. Ow! We didn't even get to finish our building, which is very unfortunate. But I think on my own time we'll finish it up. You know, we have a lot of great buildings here. I think at some points we'll probably keep making more concrete. In fact, I'll probably just get rid of this whole building in general. This went from being something that I really wanted us to go ahead and have, and I just think it doesn't really fit here anymore. I think, you know, overall, like, it was a good idea to have, like, this kind of urban-looking tower or whatnot, but, like, I can use the diorite that's on the floor for another project, and then use the wood walls and stuff and the floors and everything pretty much to go ahead and just build and do what I need to do. The idea was this would be like an office building of some sort, right? You would come in here and it'd just be this big room and whatnot, but it's not really working out the way that I want it to. So I think I am going to end up doing that. I think at some point, maybe off screen, we are going to take down this building. Heck, maybe you guys will want to be there for it and we'll do it, but as of right now, I think this project is a no-go. It's been here since the longest. I mean, this literally was going to be my next project. Like, I did this building and this was going to be the second project, and I never finished it up. Like, I finished up so many more things before I even did this one. So with that said, we are going to be ending it here. I'm going to use the restroom, grab some more water, probably eat this salted caramel crunch protein energy bar. Woo! Oh, actually, it's called Power Crunch, but and yeah. So again, like, we just kind of talked about Fortnite just because having a chill little Minecraft here. But again, like I said, you know, I think if you want to pick the superior game mode, it is always going to be duos. Again, if you like teamwork, but you want the game to sort of be, you know, on your side, go duos. I think squads is very annoying. Again, you could play squads. Like, there was a time in... I don't know if I already uploaded it. Maybe not. But when you play squads, it's you and 3 others, but you have to keep in mind, everybody else has 3 other people too. Had 3 other people too? Get it? Okay. They also have 3 people with them. So, yeah, again, it just always bothers me to say it's the best mode just because you have more people with you and you can do whatever. By all means, sure, but if you're not good together and working in a certain way, or you just don't know how to play the game in general, like, you're probably better off sticking with a different mode or something. Sure, it might be great to have squads and you have like a bunch of good people, like, let's say me and Gamer Bay with somebody else helping PB Joey. Let's just say, like, that's how it worked. Like, when we started season 1 of chapter 2, like, we won like 10 games in a row that day for squads, and I was like, holy crap, like, I would have never, you know, gotten this many wins. And then I think I don't think it was in season 1, but definitely I think in season 2 we ended up getting 10 duo wins, and I believe also 10 solo wins. Again, when you play through solo, you can be campy, and it helps you out so much. Duo, you can literally be campy, and it'll help you out so much. I mean, you could probably be campy in squads, but I feel like since there's just a lot of people, you know, and it's a lot more work, and I think that's the thing that GamerBay is starting to hate, is since, you know, again, you're matching up with people of your skill, she's one of the people who, like, would rather be good but go against people who aren't good in the game. That's what it seems like to me. Because I just remember playing one day and then being like, wow, look at this person, like, not knowing, like, how to build or whatever. Like, it's so weird. And then she's like, oh, well, it's good to see that there's still bad people in the game or new people. And I was just like, yeah, I guess. It was just really weird because even before that guy, like, I fought somebody who was actually pretty decent. So it was like, what? But yeah, it seems like, honestly, she would rather just have, like, the best OP skilled people. Like, if she was with, like, Ninja, Tfue, all of them people, like, in a squad, and then they were going against, like, noobs, like, let's say, like, I would say I'm pretty kind of like a noob still sometimes. So, like, me, PB Joey, World of J, Smooth Blue, like, if we were all in a group together, she would rather be with the Ninja and them beating us just because they do it. Like, that's just how she is. She, like, I mean, I understand that you like winning, but you do also need to understand, like, you need to get better at the game to even do better at it and win, and, you know, pretty much all that. You know, that's like saying you need to be winning all the time. Like, no, you do need to take some losses. Like, I played Call of Duty World War II, and at some point I was even downloading the app, which I don't think even works the same anymore, but apparently it would recommend certain weapons and builds for the game, and now I don't have the app anymore, but like Call of Duty World War II, honestly, it's one of my favorite games, and I love playing it online and whatnot, but you don't see me crying and complaining, right? Everybody's got a reason to complain, and for her, it's because the shotgun apparently isn't good anymore. People are sweats, and it's like, you know, you're facing people your same skill level, right? Like, if you play squads, I don't know if they did skill matchmaking for all of them. I'm gonna check to see if it is. Let me see. All right. So I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like it's in duos. Let me check. I'm gonna do this one. All right, here we go. So it says, I mean, according to these people, somebody asked, so they were playing duos with their girlfriend and was getting high kills games back to back. Why did they say it like that? So was this person playing on the Switch? This person says he was getting a lot of kills in the game, and he said it seemed like every single team he ran into was playing their first game on the Switch. So, like, was he also playing on the Switch? Like, I'm confused. He said he'd run into a few decent players here and there, but for the most part, there were just a lot of bad people. So he just asked, did they implement, or is this? It just said, it made me question if they implemented it into duos yet. He didn't say if they implemented, oh, I mean, it is in the title. But it seems like people are saying that it's not in duos, but it may be. Oh, this one right here. It says, yeah, it's in duo, but maybe it's in such a way where they won't match you with mad skill people if you're playing with your casual friend. So maybe that's true. Maybe if you're playing on a more casual level, and it does take time, like, you know, for example, if you're playing like Smash Bros, when you play quick play, you always match up with somebody around your skill level, but you never guarantee that, like, this person just had a bad day, got low, and then you start fighting them and they're like insanely good. You know, there's always something to it. If we're gonna be honest. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I just think Fortnite, by all means, just learn again to duos. Get good at solo. Like, the game isn't bad. Like, I noticed people, like, I think Gamerbay a couple times will, like, enjoy the game and be very surprised when she wins, like, a solo or something. But then she immediately, like, oh, my friend's online, we're gonna play squads. And then they, like, a couple minutes later, oh, we keep losing, this sucks. And it's just like, bro, you know, get good at the game. Like, if you guys are being really good, then you're gonna go against really good players. And I think that's very fair, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are complaining about it because, well, they say bots. Okay, hear me out. In Fortnite, there is another term for bot. That is a new person, a noob, someone who's new to the game. So, when someone says, I hate that there's skilled matchmaking, like skill-based matchmaking, like, are you trying to say you do want to be paired? Like, I'm still to this very day, still very baffled. Like, I'm very fine with there being regular, you know, bots, because that means, okay, this is kind of an easy kill, eliminate it, I can get whatever I need, move on, right? And then there you go, like, that's the whole game. But if it's like a new person, I can kill them, move on, and collect their stuff, and just go about my day. Like, it's pretty much more or less the same thing. If anything, I feel like it's fine having bots. I don't know why so many people would complain about it. it means that it's a much easier win. Just saying. Just saying. I've always been fine with bots being added into the game. A lot of people are complaining about it. I mean, I guess you want to fight more human people, but to be honest, wouldn't that just be harder? Like, wouldn't you want to fight some noobs and whatnot and kind of work your way? I don't know. I think too many people are... Just too many people complain about too much. I love the state of Fortnite. So far, I haven't really been too disappointed. The only thing I am disappointed with is they have not brought back Air Royale, which is one of my favorite game modes of all time, but they're not going to bring it back due to the layout and everything that's going on with the map of Fortnite at the moment. But if it was like the first map where you kind of had like the volcano and you had to go all around it, or the little different like mountains and hit like that you would have to go around, you know, now we have actual genuine mountains and it'd be pretty hard to, you know, match everything going on. If you guys don't remember, you could think of it like this room pretty much. You had the ceiling, which was the storm, and it would push you down, and then you had the walls, which are like the regular storm, pushing you in. So as you kept playing, you kept going down, 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 pushing you towards the ground, and then you had to keep on moving and fighting. And I used to be so good at like barely keeping into the storm when it's like right like this little crack in between the two things. Like I used to be so good at just somehow being able just to navigate through that. Like if I were to play through the airplane stuff right now, I'd probably be terrible, but I used to love it. The controls for some reason, I mean, maybe it's glitched out. Maybe if they brought it back, it'd be fine. But whenever I go into like, what's it called? Like creative or something, and I go, you know, or usually down, when you flick the thing down, it move, you know, you're like pulling the stick, it moves the plane upward and whatnot. It didn't really work like that. I mean, I think it did when planes were first introduced and whatnot, but when I do creative and whatnot, it doesn't really seem to like change, and so it's kind of annoying. Anywho, that's all for today. I'm just kind of ranting on. This might as well just been a Fortnite video with how much I've been talking about Fortnite. I think later today we'll go ahead. We will. I don't know. We'll just do something. I'm gonna end up playing GTA with the World of J. Let me just make sure that he's still online, and he is still online. So I'm gonna join him on some GTA. Looks like my cousin's also on GTA, but I'm gonna join the World of J. Everybody's on GTA. What the heck? It's like you got the World of J, my cousin, and then one of these guys that I met through the military recruiting. And then everybody else is like Fortnite, Apex Legends, Borderlands. So very interesting choices. But anywho, that is going to be all for today. We should probably save this world if we're going to be completely honest. But I do like Minecraft. I don't see this being something that we'll delete. Maybe sometime soon, you know? But you know, you just got to keep your head down, man. There's two of us in here now, remember? Again, I don't know why they're just throwing a lot of Halo references. Microsoft, I'm just gonna say this before we like do our outro, is not doing a good job, in my opinion, at showing the capabilities and whatnot of their new Xbox. They said that they want to focus on streaming games, and if they're streaming games, that means they are going to, get this, have to start a like subscription, because if you're going to stream games, you can't do that for free. I mean, you probably could, but you know, like, why are you so focused on streaming games? And I think that's a bit of an issue. Maybe they're low-key like working on like new processing and whatnot, like graphics and processors to make everything faster and whatnot. I've seen that they had stuff where like you can, I think it was Xbox, where you can like have a game in the background, pause it, start up another game, do whatever in there, and then go back to your previous game and then just continue from where you left off. And it was just like really weird to me, but it wasn't like horrible. It's not a bad idea. Like, okay, you know, cool. Like if I pause it here and whatnot and like suspend it. And then I realized that the Nintendo Classic already has that feature. You reset the game or whatever, It takes you to the menu and it says, hey, this is where you left off. Do you want to save this? You just put yeah. You have like 4 different saves. You say yeah. It saves it. And then you can just move on to the next game and play. Like if I were to play Castlevania and then I was like struggling to get through the Medusa boss fight, whatever, right? I could be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna give it a break. I feel like playing something else. I can suspend that, keep it saved like that, and then move on to the next game, like Mega Man 2, be able to play that, and then bada boom, like easy. And that's what, like, it seems like Xbox wants to have. I mean, I don't know if the PS5 will ever come to that. I honestly don't think the new consoles really need that, if we're gonna be completely honest. Just get a save point. Bada boom. But PS5, as of right now, they already showed the amazing graphics that it's capable of producing, and that is from the Unreal Engine. I think it's Unreal Engine 5 or something like that. I can't remember or maybe it's 6. But the Unreal Engine right now looks fantastic. It was a game made and shown by Epic Games, which was live. Everything that you saw in the game was not a video. It wasn't edited. They said that everything in there literally was just someone with like a controller on the PlayStation and then just going through the game. Simple as that. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Xbox, on the other hand, I saw nothing. Apparently they were showing all these other things and they're focused on streaming games. But when you realize that PlayStation already has a streaming service, again, you do need to pay for it. Xbox at that point is just trying to be like PlayStation. Of course, when they first brought up the idea and like, oh, we're going to stream games, the person who said it said that they're not trying to be in the console war anymore, you know, because now they're trying to compete with Amazon and other companies like that because they stream content, they stream games, and it's like, yeah, games that people make. When you go to, you know, the PlayStation Store and whatnot, you'll see that there's a thing called PlayStation Now. You get to play any PlayStation title that goes all the way back to the very first PlayStation. Literally, very recently, they had a game that, at least the most recent one that I saw, was they had a game called Farming Simulator 19. And I'm like, wow, they're still making Farming Simulator games. So I look into Farming Simulator. You know, it was free since you have PlayStation Plus. I was like, all right, I'll purchase it since it's free. And then right next to it, it said it's available with PlayStation Now. You can download it or even stream it through PlayStation Now. And then it made me realize PlayStation's already ahead of their game. Like, they already have a streaming service. They also have the Hue, which is their TV and I believe movies as well, that you could just stream like that. Like, PlayStation's already ahead of the game. I think Xbox failed too much when it came down to, like, what they were going to do. They focused too much, I think, in the previous Xbox about, oh, we got 4K. What did PlayStation do? They just ended up getting the PS Pro, which had like a whole terabyte of data, and I think it worked a little bit faster, and then it had 4K. So, just saying, Xbox, you need to really step up your game. Give us good games. PlayStation most likely is still going to have the better exclusive games. I don't see, if we're going to be honest, Microsoft really winning this. Microsoft sells computers, so maybe they'll focus on something with the PC. One of the things that I've said was, when it's kind of a shame that they don't have this, is making an Xbox VR. Where's the Xbox VR? It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to have some awesome name. Just use the technology that you already have, or that you already support, or whatever, and make a new VR. Like, just make a VR for people who have Xbox. Like, nobody wants to, I mean, at least in my opinion, I'm gonna go blue screen here. I don't think anybody really wants to go and get an entire PC, a computer to play VR. Like, I think it's awesome and convenient that from my PS4, I can just put on the goggles, get the little controls, move around, do whatever, and then bada boom. I like, nothing really changed. Like, the only thing that I guess could change again is just the controls. I think other VR setups have much better controls, which hopefully if they do bring back VR for the PlayStation 5, they will improve on the controls and actually have like the little joysticks and you could click them and whatnot. Like that's awesome. Like I dig that. Okay, maybe not click them, but you know what I mean. I'm about to get on with this guy because he's already starting to complain. So yeah, like I really don't know what else like between the console wars. If we're gonna be honest, most likely I'll get the PlayStation 5. That's just a given. The new Xbox, most likely I'm not going to get. I'll probably tell a lot of people don't get it. But if it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, oh, we don't have a disc anymore, you need internet to play, and it's gonna be so annoying. But anywho, that's really all that I have for today. Xbox, stop being a failure. Just give people some good content. I mean, I get the idea behind the Xbox with no disc port, but then at the same time, it's like, why? But I don't know. Xbox is making weird decisions lately, and I think it could get better for them if they just thought it through. But anywho, we're gonna end it here. I'm ranting on at this point, but if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like and a subscribe. We are at 76 subscribers, and I've said if we were to get to 100 subscribers, we would do a Q&A. We would have a section in our Discord and even a Twitter where you guys can go ahead and for 2 weeks give as many questions as possible. I'll go through Discord first. I'll probably end up going to Twitter maybe, but we'll go through every question that you guys have, and then after those 2 weeks are done, I'm gonna look at the list and go, okay, look, this is from this guy, and then blah blah blah, blah, and go on from there. Do the same for our other channel. It is called The Zabin Project. It only has like 29 subscribers. Why do we have such a different proportions? I don't know, but that's that, I suppose. And lastly, if you would very kindly like to give any questions and whatnot, we have a Discord link down below in the description of the video. So if you would like to join, again, that is down in the description below. It allows you guys to get in contact with me and actually get in contact with anybody else who's also a part of it. So that should be fun and interesting, and we're trying to build a little good little community here. So hopefully nobody, no nastiness, please. And lastly, underneath that is our Cash App donations link. So if you guys would love to donate any amounts, please, Cash App donations link would be the best way to do that via Cash App. And I think the best feature about it is you guys can donate how much you want, whenever you want. So if one day you want to donate $1, another day you want to donate 100, you can do that. It's not a monthly thing. I think Patreon does that, where you pay like $1 a month, $5 a month, 10. But then people have things like different tier lists for that, where like, oh, the more you pay, then the more likely you'll get into something. I don't think we're that popular yet. If we were to get more views and whatnot, then at some point we eventually probably will get like a tier list and blah blah blah. But until then, you guys are able to donate via Cash App. That's the best way to make sure that the money is at least going directly towards me. No funding is, like being split with anybody else. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm ranting on. As always, please, ladies and gentlemen, stay healthy. I'll see you guys next time.